Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at some of the three-dimensional shapes. So we're moving away from the area and perimeter of two-dimensional shapes into some 3D objects, which is what we usually see in real life. And the first one we're going to look at is something called a rectangular prism. So basically a box. Okay? So there's a very simple formula for the to calculate the volume of a rectangular prism. So by the way, the word volume means the amount of space inside a three-dimensional object. In the case of a rectangular prism, we have this formula here, very simple, length, width, and height. Okay, so let's apply that to the first shape that we have here. So the length here is 3.3, that's the length, multiplied by the width, which is 3.3 as well. And then the height, which is this is the length. The height is 2.8. Okay, so when you multiply them together, you're going to get 30.5 meters. Now be careful because this is a volume. It's a three-dimensional object. We're going to have the volume as meters cubed. Okay, so this is called meters cubed. The next one is very similar. So again, we use the formula length, width, and height. So we label this. Let's say this is the length, this is the width, this is the height. So you're going to have 9 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 12.4, 669.6 centimeter cubed this time. Okay, same as before. Next one, length, width, height. Now, it doesn't matter which one you name the length and which one name the width because it's still we're still calculating it doesn't really matter because we're multiplying these three numbers together. So you're going to have 6 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4, 72 centimeters cubed. Okay, the next one is a word problem. It says a box of cereal measures 24 centimeters by 11 centimeters by 34 centimeters. How much cereal will it hold? So when they ask you how much cereal will it hold, it's asking us for the volume because it's asking us if you have a cereal box, let's say like this, and you want to figure out how much cereal can go into the box, that's the volume. Okay, so volume here is 24 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 34. You're going to get 8,976 centimeters cubed. Okay, the next one is a swimming pool question. Interesting. It wants to know how much water is needed to be filled. So once again, anytime they ask you like how much something can go into a pool or a cereal box, they're asking you about the volume. Okay, so same as before, length, width, right, height. Now how deep it is, and how deep the pool is the height in this situation here. Okay. Anyways, so multiply them together, you get 297.67 meters cubed. All right, a few more. Oh, this is getting a bit repetitive here, but let's calculate the volume here again. So 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 10. You're going to get the answer 200 centimeters cubed. Now, this is a very interesting question because it sort of has, it's a composite shape. So it actually has two parts to it. It has, let me just label this as 1 here, because that's the box in the at the back. You can't quite see the whole thing right now. And then there's this box here, right? So let's think about how we calculate the the volume of both of the boxes all together. Okay, so what we need to do to figure out the volume is calculate the volume of the first one plus the volume of the second thing here. Okay, let's have a look. The volume of the first box. Well, we know that this here is going to be the length, and this is going to be the width, and this is going to be the height, right? So the length here, if you think about it, this has to be 1 meter because the whole length here is 2, and we know that this length is 1. So this length has to be 1 as well. Okay, so you're going to have length, which is 1, multiplied by the width, which is also 1, multiplied by this height, but we know that's just 1 because that's the same height for both, right? So that's the volume of the first box, plus the volume of the second one. Okay, that's easy. So that's just 1, right? Multiplied by the width, which is 2, multiplied by 1 again. Okay, if you add them together, you're going to get 1 plus 2, which is equal to 3. So it's 3 meters cubed. Okay. All right. This is a very nice real-life problem. It says find the volume of the water needed to fill the aquarium. Give the answer in liters. Ah, great conversion question. So let's find the volume first. It's measured in centimeters, so we're going to have 50 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 25, and you will get the answer 25,000 centimeter cubed, because these things are measured in centimeters right now. Now, they give you a hint. They tell you that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 centimeter cubed. So what you need to do is just divide this number by 1,000 to convert from centimeter cubed to liters. So in this case here, if you divide by 1,000, you're going to get 25 liters. And that will be our answer there. Okay, almost done. Question 6 asks us how high the brick is, given that the volume is 1,083 centimeters cubed, and the length is 20 centimeters, and the width is 9.5 centimeters. Okay, so let's try to figure what they're trying to ask us. They're asking us how high something is. So let me draw a picture of a brick. I do the best I can to draw this. I mean, you don't have to draw this with me if you don't like, but I just want to, I want you to have a visual understanding of what is happening. Okay, so they tell us that the length is 20 centimeters, the width is 9.5 centimeters. They don't know how high it is, so I'm going to put a question mark, but they do know that the volume, so the amount of space inside is 1,083 centimeters cubed. Okay, so we don't know the height. That's what we're trying to figure out. Now, in order to figure out the height, we actually have we just use the formula again, right? So volume is equal to length times the width times the height. Okay, so let's see. We know the volume here is 1,083. We know the length is 20. We know the width is 9.5. We don't know the height, so I'm going to leave it as h there. Okay, so if you do the math, if you just multiply these two numbers together, you should get 190 multiplied by the height is equal to 1,083. Now to figure out the height, all you have to do is just take 1,083, do the opposite of multiplying, which is divide by 190, and you're going to get the height to be 5.7 centimeters. Okay, it's a little bit tricky question because it doesn't ask for the volume, it asks for the height. Okay, so last question. We have a garage door that's 8 meters long by 6 meters wide by 0.5 meters deep. Same as before, we calculate the volume, length times width times height, equals 4.8 meters cubed. But here they want you to calculate how much it would cost. If it costs $26 to of concrete to let's say if you're paving your garage floor, and it costs you $26 per meter cubed. So the total cost would just equal to the volume we just calculated. So 4.8 meters cubed. We have to multiply that by the unit cost, which is 26. And if you do that, you're going to pay $124.80.